Imagine newspapers, radio, and television as your leading sources of local and global information. Who's in charge of what you see or hear? Whose opinions and beliefs are you absorbing? These forms of traditional media are operated by large corporations that traditionally use the strong effects or the hypodermic needle model to influence audiences. The strong effects model can be defined as the unaware, passive acceptance of information and ideologies by audience members and listeners. The theory suggests that the mass media could influence a very large group of people directly and uniformly by shooting or injecting them with appropriate messages designed to trigger a desired response. In Marxist terms, the traditional media had become the exploitive bourgeoisie, the class which has the means of material production at its disposal has control at the same time over the means of mental production, so that thereby, generally speaking, the ideas of those who lack the means of mental production are subject to it. Edward Bernays would say that those who own traditional media are an intelligent few who have been charged with the responsibility of contemplating and influencing the tide of history. In the 1960s, traditional media was growing as television and radios appeared in most everyone's living rooms. Over 850,000 TVs were in homes in the United States alone. The reach of traditional media was extending so far that those who controlled it may not have even noticed the birth of Netville. Netville was the result of a collaboration among like-minded people who were part of a subculture that started a technological revolution. This revolution was born from a meritocracy where the educated, the military, the geeks, and the hackers got together to connect in an open source environment. A subculture is defined as an ethnic, regional, economic, or social group exhibiting characteristic patterns of behavior sufficient to distinguish it from others within an embracing culture or society. This subculture represented a major source of change and real innovation with the development of Netville. Marx would acknowledge that this subculture had created something that would extend its humanity through the investment of its energy. But when a couple of geeks realized that the masses would want to access this technology, they broke away from this proletariat subculture and became the bourgeoisie. This transformation of Netville as an all-for-one and one-for-all culture into an early capitalist environment of the World Wide Web caused this subculture to become alienated from its own creator. The domination of Netville's subculture by the bourgeoisie is classic Marxist theory. In this case, the dominators were those who defected from Netville and created corporations using the open source knowledge or the means of production that was offered in what was once a free and collaborative proletariat setting. The swing in power caused a shift in this new technological culture, and the World Wide Web became a capitalist commodity. To increase the worth of this new capitalist commodity, the World Wide Web grew and transformed from a linear messaging system of read-only static websites and web pages to read-write networks with shareable content in a collaborative and user-generated milieu. These networks started a cultural revolution with a new media for the citizen: social media. Social media are online communications in which individuals shift fluidly and flexibly between the role of audience and author. To do this, they use social software that enables anyone without knowledge of coding to post, comment on, share, or mash up content and form communities around shared interests. Traditional media talks to the people. Social media empowers the people to talk back. With the growing number of people communicating and sharing online, traditional media was losing its hold on its users. What was once a monologue conducted by the elite, or traditional media, has morphed into a dialogue managed by its users. Social media offered users more access to people, culture, self-identification, and knowledge, and in the process, took over the reins from traditional media. From a media ecologist standpoint, this new technology has caused a shift in our culture by moving away from corporate control of our thoughts to an awakened power of the people. In The Paradox of American Power, Why the World's Only Superpower Can't Go It Alone, author Joseph Nye states that this shift in media culture creates a system in which power over information is much more widely distributed. Compared with radio, television, and newspapers, controlled by editors and broadcasters, the Internet creates unlimited communication one-to-one via email, one-to-many via a personal homepage or electronic conference, many-to-one via electronic broadcast, and perhaps most important, many-to-many via online chat room. More people now have the ability to affect the behavior of others to get the outcomes they want. This is the strength of soft power in social media. Soft power is the power of co-optation, reputation, influence, affinity, and attraction. With increased accessibility to the Internet, individuals are becoming part of virtual communities. Social media attracts millions of users, many of whom have integrated these sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, Second Life, Skype, and LinkedIn into their daily lives. Social media allowed for many-to-many communication, connection on a global level, and signaled the beginning of a networked culture. But this awakening of soft power of the people was short-lived. As social media grew in popularity and became mainstream, corporations started to look beyond their traditional media format of the strong effects model to this new civilian media to ply their wares and their ideologies. Now, the success of businesses and organizations increasingly depends on the subtleties of soft power to co-opt collaborators into the corporate culture. Pepsi, known globally for its strong effects model of television advertisements, has embraced social media marketing with its newest campaign, the Pepsi Refresh Project. The president of PepsiCo Beverages Canada, Stacey Reichart, says that the Pepsi Refresh Project will feature significant social engagement around people and the power of ideas. It transcends corporate philanthropy or cause marketing because it's focused on the power of individuals' ideas to make a positive difference with Pepsi's support. So with Pepsi support, you can help someone in need, and you just have to go online, join their site, and vote. Now that's shrewd marketing. Since its inception on Facebook, Pepsi Refresh Everything has 790,723 friends helping Pepsi to promote Pepsi. What a successful co-optation of willing participants by influencing opinion, fostering loyalty, and driving sales. Humanizing the brand by taking marketing to the next level happens when the products are presented not as commodities, but as concepts, the brand as experience, as lifestyle. Pepsi is offering that experience with its new project. And for those consumers who participate in deciding the winners of Pepsi's $20 million donation, there's an emotional connection with Pepsi and its benevolence. But in the end, as Professor Soot Jally states, every society has to tell a story about happiness. And the way to happiness and satisfaction is through the consumption of objects through the marketplace. And social media is the world's largest marketplace, at least for now. From traditional media to social media, with the shift of corporate control to the soft power of the people to the increasing domination by corporations using soft power, we ask you again, who is in charge of what you see and hear?